One mistake that some clients make when they come to our office is that they've actually been a suspect for quite some time. They've been under investigation, and they actually knew that they were under investigation, but they didn't call counsel and instead tried to maneuver through the law enforcement stage of the proceedings without counsel. And the problem with that is that we find frequently, unfortunately, they've already made a statement to law enforcement. And if they had spoken with counsel on the front end, we probably would have advised them more than 90% of the time that it would not be in their best interest to speak with a law enforcement officer, that frankly it would be in their interest to remain silent. The other thing that we can do in what we call the pre-indictment stage is we tell the client that we become their voice. We are their voice with law enforcement. We speak directly with law enforcement. Most of the cops around town know who we are, and we let them know that we now represent this client and that they shouldn't contact that client directly any longer, that they should contact us instead. What this does is it allows the client to once again regain control of their life. Now they're sitting at home and they realize that there isn't going to be this knock on the door. Instead, we tell them if and when things are escalating, whether or not law enforcement has piqued their interest in what's going on in their case, if they need to come in and surrender to the police department. Because we're involved, typically they can come down and be booked and immediately released by the police department. And so they don't have to spend the night in jail, they don't have to worry about posting bail, etc. And then we'll go ahead and speak with the prosecuting attorney, whether it be the St. Louis County prosecuting attorney, for example, or Jackson County or Jefferson County or Boone County or whoever it happens to be, and we'll let them know, hey, Mark Hammer at the Hammer Law Firm, we now have this client's case. Give us a call once law enforcement brings this case in to have it reviewed for charging. So what ends up happening? Well, when they're ready to charge the case, instead of the warrant just being issued and the person is sitting at work or sitting in the living room with their kids and all of a sudden they're taken into custody, now we find out in advance that a warrant has been issued and we will go ahead and surrender the person to custody. And at that point, we're able to negotiate typically a much lower bail, maybe even release on own personal recognizance. And that really helps out quite a bit. So the bottom line is, don't wait until you're arrested or the summons comes in the mail. As soon as you believe, as soon as you think that you may become a suspect or have become a suspect in a crime, give us a call.